guys, and welcome back to Hobby Lobby week day 2. So today, like I said last video, we're going to be doing everything that's on the walls, everything that's on the shelves, fixtures, whatever you call it, all the big ticket things as I call them, and all the signs. So let's hop right into it. They have a few trucks in here. I know the trucks are a huge thing for especially fall. They have a few trucks, like the big white one. I do like that. They have a few, they don't have a lot. The price for the big white one was kind of crazy, $70 or $80, like it's a bit extreme. But they don't have a huge selection of trucks if that's what you're looking for. So when you come in, just be advised by that. It's the really huge trucks, and then there's a few, I think 2 little tiny ones, but that's about it. But they do have plenty of pumpkins. It's not Pumpkin City, but they have plenty of them, and they have them in packagings, and they have them stacked, and they even have like different colors, some with some glitter on them, some that are matte, some that are huge, some plastic, some porcelain, or whatever the material it is. So you do have an array of pumpkins, and even candles or candle holders and jars and things like that. Now there were like more prices for the wall, things that were on the wall, not the like pumpkin here, but that had me kind of like, whoa, what's going on with this price? It's a little ridiculous. But with the sale, it's actually, it's a good price, it's a decent price. Like I said, most of the stuff in Hobby Lobby, even regular price, I think it's a good price. But some of the things in this video, I was a little taken back. Like even when I was doing going back and putting the prices up, I paused a few times. There was a couple of things in here, I don't remember what they were, but my mouth fell open when I saw the price for like 3 items because I was really shocked. So at least it's not the norm, you know, from that's how I feel. It's not the norm with Hobby Lobby where the regular price is just so ridiculous. But it also does depend on your price range. It depends on your bank account. It depends on your budget and all that stuff. So for me, I don't think it's necessarily a big deal. I think it's a decent price based on quality. I'm willing to pay a certain price if the quality matches. I think the quality determines how I feel about the price. So for me, Hobby Lobby's prices, overwhelmingly the regular prices, I'm okay with it. But some of these prices, my eyes crossed. But at least it's on sale. And don't forget, if you see a 40% off sale, you can just ignore it because all of the fall is 50% off, 50% off, 50% off. No 40, it's all 50. There's one thing I do wish Hobby Lobby had more of. I think they need more throws because they have a good amount of pillows. So I think if they had throws to match it, or not even like matchy because being too matchy I think might sometimes just become too much. But if they had more throws to go with some of the prints on the pillows or even just the color scheme, I do hope they start getting more throws. I know that's not really a store that would do that, just like Michael's and stuff like that. Like that's more for home goods, but I do think they should add more in. If you're going to have pillows, then why not have throws? I mean, if you're going to have one, you gotta have the other. That's how I feel. These pumpkins are ginormous, so it's perfect if you're putting them outside because there's no way in the world that nobody can't see that from in their car, from across the street, from up the block, around the corner, from space, because these things are massive. If you see it next to my hand, you can tell that it's massive even if my hand is next to it, but they are very large. So if you have a nice sized yard, you definitely can get your sign from Hobby Lobby. If you have maybe a smaller yard, if you don't mind taking up a lot of space, then you can get these, but I would suggest having at least a medium-sized yard to get a lot of their yard pumpkins and things. If it's a yard sign and it's on the wall hanging up high, leave that for the bigger yards. That's how I feel, because the bigger they are, the higher they were on the wall. The lower down they are, the more it can go for any size yard, small, big one, medium size one, doesn't matter. But those signs are gigantic, and the prices for the signs, I wasn't surprised by them. Way too much in my opinion for regular price, but the sale price, I can get with that. don't know what it is, but I'm kind of like, I think I mentioned it before. Like, I don't mind the slogan, thankful and blessed and all that. But like I said, I'm pretty sure I said it in the video, I'm kind of over it. But for some reason, Hobby Lobby, I like it. Like, I saw it a lot in here. But even though I saw it a lot, for some reason, the way they did it, I don't even think it's necessarily different from anything else, but it doesn't bother me and I kind of like it. Now this candle holder here, this is a candle holder. I think it's for tea candles, for tea light candles. I didn't know what it was at first, but then when I figured it out, I personally don't like it. I think it's ugly, but I also think it can work in kind of rustic kind of way. Me, no, I would never get it. And I laughed. Good thing the audio was in the one, because I bust out laughing when I saw the price of this, because I'm like, no, who made this price? They're crazy. I don't like it. I think it's ugly, and the price is absolutely ridiculous, but I do think that it can work depending on the kind of decor you're going for. If you're going for rustic, you're going for that vampire. It reminds me of a vampire, like a vampire coming out of the coffin. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense, but that's what it reminds me of. Like maybe even the old Leslie Nielsen movie when he plays a vampire. But either way, I was shocked by that price for that. But that is a candle holder, not for 3 wicks, not for single wicks, but a little tea light. If you were wondering like me when I was spinning it around, that is for tea light candles. And like I said, here goes one of the mini trucks that they have. This truck actually can hold a candle. I'm pretty sure I've seen before in Ross where one of the trucks can hold a candle, but this is one of the few times that I've seen where it can hold a candle. So you should definitely check that out if you want to have one on top. And again, that's for smaller candles, tea light candles, things like that. It is not for large candles. Don't put your Bath and Body Works candle on there because it's not going to fit, and it's probably going to burn the thing. You don't want to cause a fire. So those are for tea lights. I don't think, actually now that I'm thinking, any of the candle holders that I've seen in Hobby Lobby for fall, I don't think any of them can hold anything larger than a tea light candle or one of the tall slim candles, you know, the typical traditional candles that you see everywhere. So don't get anything bigger than that if you're planning on matching your candles with your candle holders. And here's more of the black and white collection with their fall. It's similar to the ones I showed in the first Hobby Lobby video, but this one also has leopard. They did it. They matched leopard with flannel. So that's a particular taste, a specific taste. So for people with specific tastes, I know I said yesterday too much flannel can be tacky, but apparently, you know, leopard and flannel can be tacky as well. Just a little bit, but you know, I think it could work depending on how you do it. Like I always say, just because somebody doesn't like it, just because I'm saying something is tacky, obviously, you know, it does. If you like it, go and get it. It doesn't matter what other people think. If something is gaudy, tacky, loud, corny, muted, if you love it, you like it, go and get it, go and buy it. It's going to be in your home, it's going to be in your workspace. Don't forget, you can put it in your little cubicles or wherever you work. Go for it. Don't let anybody ever stop you from getting what you like, as long as it's something that you really want. They have a lot of pillows. Like I said earlier, they had a whole wall that was dedicated to pillows, specifically pillows, and that gorgeous blue one that they have to go with all the gorgeous blue that they had in here. So they had a wall full of pillows, and then some of the tables also had pillows. So like I said, if you're looking for it, you have a good selection. You have multiple sizes. They even have the lumbar pillows, because lumbar pillows sometimes they don't have the extra long ones, because I know usually extra long ones are ones I see in like Ross, Burlington, places like that. This one Hobby Lobby has a smaller lumbar pillows. You know, the ones that are oblong, the rectangle shape. So they do have them. They have them in multiple sizes, but they don't have extra large square pillows. I don't know what size they will be. They'll be like 28 by 28, I don't know. But they have nice sizes. They have multiple pillows. They have them in multiple colors. So if you're going for blue, I'm not letting go of that blue because it's gorgeous. They have blue pillows as well. So you can match the blue pillow with the blue plates and cups and stuff like that, with the blue flowers, with the blue signs. If you're going for blue, and if you're going for black and white, they have like just black stuff, like this black pumpkin hair. They have black pumpkin hair on the wall that I show, and they have the black pumpkin and the white. So you definitely have multiple options. Now this wall here, it was just pumpkins. Like I said, they also, but since Hobby Lobby is so big, it wasn't a big deal. Hobby Lobby also is Pumpkin City. They have multiple shapes, they have multiple colors, materials. Some were velvet, some had like the metal, like the pretty bronze one. Others were plastic, hard plastic. Some even had like the porcelain type of material. So you also have an array of pumpkins to match up. Big ones, small ones, huge ones, and I think they had a few squash. They don't have that much in squash, but they even had a few squash. So if you're looking for pumpkins, you got a good display, you got a good array of ones here. You don't have to go for the same old. And they have baskets on sale. You can get I'm looking for baskets to put my apples in, but you can even get some baskets to put some of the smaller pumpkins in, like the little packets they have. You can get those, throw them in the basket. The baskets are on sale as well. So you can do you could just one-stop shop for Hobby Lobby for your fall decor. Boom, boom, bang, bam, you're done. The garland they had here was rather long. It was really long, but this is one of the things I think I laughed at when I saw the price, because I said, no way, $70, $60, no, for garland. But then it's like, garland is expensive. For some reason, garland is expensive, even though it's just an unraveled wreath. But then again, wreaths are expensive. But I myself would never pay that much for garland. The sale price, if I really like it and it's worth it, yes. The regular price for that garland, absolutely not. That's just me, but no, there's no way in the world. So that's one of the things that I bust out laughing when I saw the price, because who in their right mind is going to pay that? Some people will. Again, it might depend on your budget. I don't care how big my budget is. I'd never pay that for garland. You might be okay with that, but I'm not. But then again, like I said, for me, it goes with quality, and it goes with budget, it goes with bank account. So there are people who will pay it. Godspeed to you. Now, I do think Hobby Lobby has nice wreaths. I'm not saying they don't. However, I will say that for me personally, they kind of end up blending together. They have beautiful ones. I'd buy it from there. Nothing against buying it from there. I love Hobby Lobby. But I feel like their wreaths and their garland can kind of all blend together. Even though if you pull them out separately, you can see a difference. Like little things here and there, but it kind of just, even with the garland, it just seems like it's a wreath that you just saw just unravel. I feel like it kind of just blends into each other too much. So I would personally end up going somewhere else for my wreath, somewhere else for my garland, because I would just kind of feel like I'm just looking at the same thing over and over again, and I would need something just a little bit more. They had a lot of mats, so that's a good thing. They had a lot. It wasn't like a huge amount, but who needs a huge amount of mats? You know, when I say there's not a huge amount, usually I'm just saying it's not a crazy amount that you see all over the place. They had a decent amount. They had decent sizes. They had a lot of kitchen mats too, which is kind of rare. The only store I know that has a good amount of kitchen mats is usually Joann Fabrics. When you go in there, it's always like, it's usually for my Joann's, it's usually a whole aisle full of kitchen mats or even welcome mats. So I think Joann's is probably the only ones who I've seen outdo mats when it comes to Hobby Lobby, but they had a lot. Most of the ones over here were $24.99. So it went for kitchen and for outdoor mats, but some of them I think were $17.99. But most, that's the price. Like all the prices that come up, you're gonna keep seeing $24.99. Most of them are their price, and they had them like Mickey and Minnie. You can't go wrong with them. So they do have different types and different styles, but they definitely had a decent amount. They had plain ones, because some people just like the clean look. When I say plain, I mean clean. They like the clean look. But like I said, though, if you want more options, my suggestion is to go to Joann Fabrics, because consistently throughout the year, you're always going to be able to find a welcome mat. You're always going to be able to find a kitchen mat. But Hobby Lobby has some good ones here. And this is a napkin ring. It's a sunflower, an orange sunflower. They have a huge selection of kitchen and baking and all of that type of stuff. They had a lot of it. So you definitely can go in here and clean up if you're looking for something to bake, looking for something for your table, or looking for like a paper mache table set and things like that, because you don't have to go like, if you just want something when you have actual dinners, you can just go to the Hobby Lobby and go in this section, because they do have the paper mache tabletop decor, or you can even poke holes in it and set it up on your walls. They have the sprinkles, they have cups, plates, dishes, napkins, aprons, they have it all. So you definitely can come in here and get things for your kitchen needs, or get just little tidbits that you want to put up if you're having a party. It doesn't have to be full blown everything that they have. It can be subtle things or quick little things just like that. And this is another version of the other ring that I showed you, the napkin ring. I don't usually use napkin rings. I don't usually put anything like that on my table, but I'm kind of thinking about leaning towards getting it, but I feel like it might overwhelm it. My table is like kind of medium size. It's not huge and it's not small. So I feel like napkin rings, I feel like they go more for if you have a bigger table, or if you're doing just like 2 place settings. You can have a smaller table. If you're just doing 2 place settings at the head of the tables, I think that would be lovely, because then it will be more, in my opinion, a more romantic feel, or you can make it so crisp and clean that it's like a restaurant. But they have napkin rings, and they even have this pretty gold placemat. I feel like I had this. I know I've seen this in my house before. I don't remember what season I had it for, but it looks very familiar, so I want to say I have it. Or if I don't have this exact one, I have something similar. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it might be Christmas. I think it's similar to Christmas, but I think it was for fall, but since it was gold, I just threw it for Christmas. Now, if you ever see me hold my fingers up and I'm putting numbers in the air, that's because I couldn't tell what the price was, so I'm giving myself a little note, so when I watch back, I know how much it costs. So if ever you see my fingers, if ever you've seen them in the past, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting up the price so I know what to put in the video when I watch it back, because I know when I watch it back, I'm not going to be able to see it. Just a little behind the scenes tidbit. now that it's fall, I'm like legitimately starting to transition my mind into fall. So I don't decorate for fall until October 1st. Because I'm going to have my fall up for like 2 months. It's going to be all through October and all the way up through Thanksgiving, because I take down and decorate for Christmas on Black Friday. So I don't want to have fall up for 3 months and stuff like that. So now my mind is transitioning. So now it's like it really got to pumping out. So in this video, I was actually shopping a lot more than I've done in my other videos. I was looking around that camera so much, and then I had a cart. I was with my sister. She had a cart with her, and every time I saw something I wanted, I just reached around, grabbed it, and threw it in her cart while I was filming. So if you think, I think it's all the same. If you think it looks a little different, that's because I shopped a lot, because my mind is now switching to fall mode, and the temperature actually dropped where I am. No more, I don't see any 90s in the upcoming weeks. Definitely don't see any hundreds. And now that it was even in the 70s today as I'm recording this. So now that it's starting to get a little cooler, now that the season's starting to change, it's getting darker way earlier. It used to get darker like 9:30, it's like 7 o'clock, and now it's like 7:30 and it's dark out. So, and the kids finally went back to school. We go back in September where I'm from. So it's like, wow. It's really switching. So I hope like you're getting pumped for the fall like I am. Now when I go in and I go into a store and I can smell everything and it smells like fall, I'm just giddy, because it's like, okay, now I can appreciate the smells. Back in August, I was like, no. But you have to start shopping in August, because that's when all the good stuff comes. And like I said, start shopping early, because you're going to miss out if you wait until actual fall to shop for fall. Shop before the season starts, because according to fashion and all the retail and everything, they're always a season ahead. So since they're a season ahead, unfortunately the consumer has to be a season ahead. So you're shopping for fall when it's a heat wave, because they'll put all that stuff off for that season, but then once the season actually starts, whatever season you're shopping for, they're already on to the next one. So you can't actually find it. Just like in winter. I go to look for coats in December. Winter starts like December 22nd. Come January 2nd, they have their coats on sale and they have spring stuff out. So you gotta look for a coat in the fall. If you're looking for a winter coat, you gotta look for shorts in the winter or whatever time it comes, because the seasons are always ahead. So hop out to your store, start shopping now, because I feel like the inventories are going to start getting less and less, because they're going to then start transitioning to Christmas. And trust me, going in the stores, they have already started. So let's start switching our minds to fall. Most of the plates were all the same price. That's why I didn't really film any of the prices. They were legit like the same thing, so over and over again. So the price range that you saw, that's pretty much it. It didn't really deviate that in the napkins. That's why I only put it up twice. The larger plates were like $1 more. The smaller plates were like $1 or $2 less. That's it. But they did have a lot of plates and a lot of napkins, so they're all pretty much the same price in their price range. They had a lot of yardsticks. I'm telling you, they have a lot of them. So I think like yard signs is like I said, the higher up on the wall it is, the least likely you should put it on your front lawn if you have a small one. If they're higher up, they're big, they're huge. If they're small down, it's for everybody. So the ones that were low down and I could reach, they're for your backyard, not just the front yard. These are the signs that are for everybody, and in my opinion, the ones that were low, the ones that are smaller were cuter. They had more of a variety for the smaller ones. With the big ones, it were just literally just gigantic pumpkins or stacked pumpkins, and that's kind of the theme that they were going for, which is nothing wrong with that. But the ones that were smaller, you had everything. You had turkeys, you had football, you even had pumpkins, you had just regular old signs, you had the crossways, like, oh, this direction, this that direction. So the smaller ones are the nicer ones. Just a little thing, when you go in there, look lower. Don't look up, look lower. If you want smaller signs, look lower. If you want bigger ones, look up, because that's where they'll be. They have very large wall signs. I like that. And they have some that's like the same sign but in different colors. I like that because usually for me personally, I don't see that. So it's nice to kind of see that. You might want that sign, but you might not want it in that color. So when you go in here, they actually have the same sign but in different colors, and I do appreciate that because it might not go with your scheme, or you might just want to have different things. So I do appreciate that. Like the pumpkin signs here, you have the one that's in like the sage blue or sage green, and then you have the orange one, and then there were other signs, I don't remember what they were, but there were other signs that came in different colors, but it was the same exact sign, or even different patterns or different prints for backgrounds, like with the scarecrows. Some of them had the exact same colors, but different print, or same print but different colors, or whatever I'm trying to say. You get what I'm saying. So I really do appreciate that they do that, because sometimes I want something and it's like, oh man, I want it, but I don't want it in that color, I don't like this color. So they give you options, and I do appreciate that. And this aisle was dedicated to pumpkin stems. There were pumpkin stems about, like, I think the expanse of the entire wall. So they came in all different colors. Like this, I was just talking about that too. When they give you the same thing, but they give you multiple color options. So I do appreciate that. And they don't just give you like one or two. They give you multiple. If you hear a noise in the background, my apologies, that's my cat. I don't know if you can hear him or not, but he just tried to yank my cord out. So that's why that word noise is him, and he's bad. So I locked him out of the room, but that didn't work. So I just let him in. So apologies in advance. But anyway, they do give you multiple colors, and they give you multiple options, and I do appreciate that. So that one had a lot of stems, and they were all velvet. They didn't deviate. No, actually some had like pleather. They were velvet and they were pleather. So they give you two different types of textures, multiple different types of colors. This large barn, although I gasped at the price, I love this large barn. It's perfect, like just for whatever. I don't even know what for. It's just perfect. I loved it. And then I put the little truck next to it because I wanted to get an idea of what it would look like if I put it together and made a little scene. I love it. There's no way I'm going to pay that for that, but it is 50% off. It is 50% off. Always keep that in mind. But I thought that, with the little jug, with the large house, then they had the large bench that I mentioned in the other video. You can definitely put a whole entire scene together, and then you come to all these scarecrows. You have multiple options. I always talk about scarecrows, and then bam, here we go. They have a lot of scarecrows in Hobby Lobby. Like they had even more than I would have thought. I'm not obsessed with scarecrows, but I appreciate a cute scarecrow, and I'm definitely partial to the ones that have the little afro puffs. I always get the little scarecrow girls with the afro puffs, the pigtails sticking off. I think I like them the best, and I definitely think that you can use them for the larger pieces that they have, because some of the pieces that Hobby Lobby has are huge. So you can make a whole scene in a window, depending on how your window's set up, a whole scene in your front yard, your backyard, your patio, your porch, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be just pieces here and there, or you can separate them and do pieces here and there. That's why I try to get separate pieces, because you might not want that scenery year after year after year. So if you get separate, you can do whatever you want time after time, season after season, and then use some pieces from one season and then use it the next season. So you can go in here and check those pieces out. Those large pieces will definitely come in handy. And now you see why I broke it up into multiple videos, because it would have been entirely too long. And I actually kind of like it, because now we had Hobby Lobby week. I like that. So from now on, if I go somewhere and I film and I feel like it's just too long, we're going to have it the week of this store, week of that store, the week of whatever. So I definitely appreciate this. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find things. I really do hope when I post these, you see things, because I like these kind of videos. It gives me ideas, or I can see it and I just run out and grab it. And to everybody who's commented, anybody who's subscribed, anybody who's watched or liked the video, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting it. I just do this because I think it's fun. I like shopping and I like watching when other people do it, because it helps me out. So I just want to do the same for everyone else. So just know that I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful, and I hope you are enjoying these videos. I'm enjoying editing them and putting them out for you, and there will obviously be way more to come. So I hope you saw what you liked. I hope you liked what you saw. And with that being said, I'm your hostess and empress, Nikki T. Thanks for visiting my empire. Deuces! And don't forget, there's a secret Hobby Lobby preview coming up later on this week in Hobby Lobby Week, Day 3. See you soon!